The Vocational Rehabilitation Youth Technical Assistance Center presents
Partnering to Build Diversity. I'm Dr. Tracy Caldwell Dyson. I'm an astronaut and a scientist. NASA's Neutral Buoyancy Lab is the place where astronauts learn how to walk in space. It's also a classroom where NASA and community partners can work together.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Texas Workforce Vocational Rehabilitation partnered with Johnson Space Center to introduce local students to careers at NASA. Amy Quartaro is a NASA Pathways intern.
What we're doing today is, bring some kids in and, talking to them about the possibilities of internships and all the different kind of things you can do, whether you're, for high school students, for once you're in college, for full-time hiring. And then I'm here to just give the student perspective.
Tracy Minish, a manager at the Mission Control Center at NASA, helped organize the student visit.
You got to think differently when you're in space, and when you have a disability, you have to think differently. But that's good because we're all thinking differently, and that's what people need, people that aren't just like everybody else.
Professional divers show the students around the lab and answer questions about their jobs.
Hi there. Welcome.
Thanks for coming. Today we have 2 astronaut candidates in the water. And the reason they train here is to familiarize themselves with how the suit feels in a zero gravity environment. Obviously, we still have some gravity here on Earth and in the pool, but it's a really close comparison, the closest we have to what it feels like to be in space. The astronauts' trainers are in there, and you can hear them over the communications loop.
Stand by. Copy divers, I see. I've got some views on your safety tether, and I have no idea.
What kind of requirements do you have to become a diver?
One of the interviews for the job is a swim test. Not a scuba test, but a swim test.
Thank you for coming by for our tour.
I'm Amy Quintero, so right now pretty much why I'm here is I'm currently an intern. So, I am a full-time employee at NASA. I just, take 6 months off and go to school instead of being at work. I really don't think it's as hard to get as a lot of people think.
No, it's
I could not handle the freak out. No matter what, I did hours upon hours, endless hours of just going on there, and it's just, I couldn't cut it. My brain ain't, able to work like that,
yeah.
But, drafting's easy. Well, for me.
Yeah, you say that. I heard about this high school aerospace thing, just on a whim, and got into that and did that whole process and came here for a week, and then everything just kind of snowballed on top of each other. And now I'm here 5 years later with an actual full-time job at NASA.
And this is for the students, so if you need to schedule a letter, then that goes through your vocational rehabilitation counselor. So we're all VR services back here, wave your hand.
Sabrina Paras is the Business Development Officer with Texas Workforce Vocational Rehabilitation.
And so we try to be engaged with different employers who have different types of internships that potentially lead into employment. A lot of these internships are paid, so we know we can bring in the students, and how we get them there, we can figure that out, and then we connect with them one-on-one afterwards too.
Tracy Minish first met Texas Workforce when he needed tools to help him with reasonable accommodations at work.
I actually reached out to get some assistance with tools to help me be more productive. And when I got those tools, you always want to give back. When you receive, you want to give. And so I've been almost 20 years of going out and doing outreach with them. And we have a partnership. One of the things I found when I talk to kids is in almost all the people with disability, they want to fit in, they want to be normal, they want to be accepted. It just means this is a part of your life, and it's not what you're defined by. And what we're doing, all this is based on science. A lot of things we never think about but when you take a small straw moving very fast, it can break through and go through this potato. You think, what can we do against the world? The people that have misconceptions about disabilities, other things. But if we get focused, get momentum, get moving, we can break through barriers.
So just stab through the
So
potato.
just stab through the potato. This is all force equals mass times acceleration, and that's why we have to watch out for small objects in space. And you can relate to, y'all are going to find barriers in your life, but if you get focused and you get moving and you go, you can break through those barriers.